What's going on, guys? Dan back here with the Regular Guy Garage. I'm trying to finish up this C4 transmission today. I've never taken the tail housing off of one of these before. I've done very little transmission work in general, but I got a new transmission pan gasket. Just picked up like a regular Felpro one from Advanced Auto. I'm gonna throw that on. The shifter cable, the issue I was having with it, I'm just gonna leave it for now and order a new one. But at least now I know that the shifter is tight because the cable was rubbing up against the exhaust, and who knows what happened inside of it, and it's not the actual shifter selector itself. But yeah, let me crawl under real quick. I'll get this pan back on, and then we'll try and get this tail housing off. So just so everyone knows, I hate these cork gaskets. The valve covers have cork gaskets. I did not put this on there. It obviously came with it, but the new gasket I got is a Felpro. It is not a cork gasket, so I don't even know why these things are in existence. They always leak. You can see there's just oil all around it. So I'm sure this had some sort of seepage going on, but anyway, we got the new gasket. How I'm going to attempt to tackle this is first remove the drive shaft, and then so the drive shaft will come out. Well, this is just zip tied, so I'll move that out of the way. I'm going to take this the speedometer cable out, remove the transmission mount, and then after that I should just be able to, you can't see them because there's stuff in the way, but there's a bunch of bolts right here. Oh man, am I gonna have to take that out? All right, so here's what we're looking at. Well, this cable's up in the way. But so I took the housing off. There was a very thin gasket, like paper thin. It was mainly leaking down here at the bottom. I mean, the gasket was whole, but yeah, not really sure why it was leaking. Here's the other side. I don't really see any like damage or anything on it. I mean, there's some gasket material left on it, but here's some more of that hopefully breaking material. All right, so upon further inspection of this thing, if you can't really tell, right? If you look at the left side, my left side of the case, and then the right side, there's a significant difference, right? The left side looks pretty smooth, clean. The right side, you know, all this stuff, it's kind of like pitted, which is clearly where the leak was coming from. I honestly think it was coming from right here, because right here, you know, it didn't even look like the gasket was sealing at all. But yeah, things like this are pretty frustrating. You know, you spend good money on, you know, what's a brand new part, then the thing basically leaks from day one. I mean, it did leak from day one. Granted, you know, it operates fine and stuff, but you know, you pay good money for, you know, stuff from a reputable company. Like, you know, I shouldn't have to yank this thing off. And then when I do yank it off, I shouldn't see basically some used, tail housing that clearly, I honestly don't even think, there's no way they broke this whole transmission down and then threw it back together like that. Yeah, I'm not going to bash a company, but I mean, come on, man. If you're putting out a product and you're charging good money for it, like, make sure it's done right. Anyway, should be a relatively easy fix. It has the gasket, at least locally, and the gasket is really so thin that I don't even think putting a new one on, I think it's still going to leak. So what I'm going to do is I got some of this ultra black gasket maker. I'm going to run a bead around this whole thing. Probably really focus on getting a good amount over here because I'm sure it's not flat at all by the looks of it. Then I'll put it up there, bolt everything down, let it sit probably for about 24 hours before I throw some oil back in it, and then we'll go from there. Anyway, got everything hooked back up, got the drive shaft bolted up. Like I said, I'm gonna let the sealant dry out for a little while. Probably tomorrow morning I'll come out and, or tomorrow afternoon or something. I'll come out and fill it up, and then, yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it works. I'm confident that, the fix that I have will finish up this transmission leak. So I'll catch up with you guys in, a couple hours, and we'll see how it went. Got a bunch of RTV smushed up out of it. Filled up the transmission already with fluid, and we don't have anything leaking yet. It's been full for probably about 10 minutes. So I'm going to fire the car up real quick. Let the fluid go through the trans. I also want to let the temperature get up to, let the engine get up to temperature, because when you fill these things with transmission fluid, that's when you have to do it, when the engine is up to temperature. So So, excuse me. So, it looks like we're good. I don't see any, no, looks like we're good. Finally. All right, guys, so it looks like we have the leaking transmission fluid issue fixed. Kind of bothered me that I had to do this. Like I said, you spend good money on a performance transmission, and the reason why it bothers me is because, granted, it gave me something to do, gave me a reason to create a little bit of content, but say this was somebody who spent that money to have this transmission put in their car, and then they have that leaking issue and they don't do their own work. So now they're, you got your car's down again, or you got to wait for the shop. It's going to cost you more money. That's really that's not the way that you should do business. I grew up on the premise that, you do something, if you are going to do something, you do it right the first time. And to be quite honest, by the looks of this, like, I don't think that transmission, that case was even taken apart. But that's just, that's just my opinion. Maybe it was just a bad case or something, but, anyway, guys, glad we got it fixed. I didn't take it for a ride yet. I just ran the transmission through the gears. One thing I did notice when I was running the car through the gears, I was pushing the brake pedal down, and the rear brakes were not, like, the rear wheels were still spinning. So this does have the 5-load conversion rear discs. I didn't do it. I've bled the brakes before. I've gotten, all the air and stuff out of it, but I'm wondering, it doesn't have one of those proportioning valves. I'm wondering if that's maybe why the rear brakes weren't grabbing the wheels to stop. But yeah, I mean, I had the car in gear. It's up on jack stands, wheels were spinning, and when I was, I had the brake as far down as it would go, and when I turned around and looked back, the wheels were still spinning. So I'm gonna have to hunt that down. Anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Check out the playlist for this car. Got a lot of videos on this car specifically. Also have a lot of videos from my other builds that I've done. Again, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you on the next one.